Okay,
All
YouTube.
right, we are live.
Okay, I'll get it
Welcome
open.
back to the seventh episode of Toyota Tuesdays. I am Brian from Sixth Gear Garage, and I have with me Clinton from Dirt Garage.
Hey guys, how's it going?
So we're here on Tuesday evenings to talk Toyotas with all of our fans, answer any Toyota questions, and toward the end of the show, if we get some time, we're going to take a look at some of your rides. I've got a comment pinned up at the top here. I've got my email in there, garage at sixthgearadvertising.com. Go ahead and send me some pictures of your trucks and any details and who you are, and we'll take a look at those later on in the show. Got a question already. Yes, Pablo, I did get your Nissan, and I've got it in the lineup here to take a look at later. It's not a Toyota, but I figure, it's like the competition, so we'll take a look at it. It's good to see
The
what the other side's got,
competition, yeah.
you know? So,
Perfect.
Clinton, man, how is the restoration going? What's going on up there?
It's pretty good. So I still haven't seen my motor. I was hoping to see it last week, but the wrecking yard didn't end up shipping it until I think it was Friday. They sent me the notification that it was shipped, so hopefully it'll arrive this week. Other than that, my carpet's fully installed. My interior is pretty well back together now. And yeah, it looks nice and new on the inside, which is awesome.
Nice.
As soon as I get the motor, I'm like days away from actually firing it back up again once I actually have the motor on me. But
That's
yeah,
good.
not bad. So it is the 9th. In 2 days will be exactly 1 month. 1 month since the fire, so it's pretty good progress for turnaround on
Yeah, for
a
sure.
project like that.
Definitely.
But now the truck's so clean and nice looking that it feels like it's ready for SEMA.
yeah, no kidding. It's the cleanest it's ever been.
Yeah, it is. It's prettier than it's ever been since I've owned the thing. So,
How
yeah.
far, I guess, behind are your uploads as compared to as how far you are restoring the truck? Like, what are we going to see this Friday?
This Friday,
Or are you even there
um,
yet? I know you got a few more days to edit yet.
yeah, no, this Friday will be prepping the like cab. I think actually, like sanding down
Okay.
the inside of the firewall and painting the floor. So that's probably 3 weeks out.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Just curious
yeah,
how
no,
we are.
my uploads to where I'm currently at is a little bit different. If you want the most updated where I'm at, you need to follow my Instagram to see kind of step by step where I'm at because there, I don't mind giving away spoilers there to what's going on.
All right. Hey, well, while we're talking about that, go ahead and give yourself
Yeah,
a plug there.
sure. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, that's dirt_garage, and yeah, you'll see my truck, my build progress, and wheeling photos in general, and some of my friends' builds and stuff like that. Lots of Toyota content there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, definitely check it out. And you're on Facebook too. Um,
yes, I I am. I have the Dirt Garage page and I have the Dirt Garage community page. So my fans or
Sweet.
whatever or subscribers, my subscribers can come share their vehicles, post questions, whatever. And yeah, that this just gives me another way to engage with my audience essentially. But
Yeah. See, do you do Twitter at all?
I have Twitter. I don't really use it
Okay, me
now.
neither.
I
I
more or less have it to secure the platform so that nobody tries to take my name.
that's
I also have TikTok for that exact same reason.
okay.
I don't really use it, but no one can take my Dirt Garage name.
Yeah, yeah. I'm mostly on YouTube. I don't. I get to Instagram once in a while. It's sixth_gear, and I've got a
Yeah.
Facebook page I post on here and there. But for the most part, all the actions on YouTube. So
Yeah, I'm YouTube and then Instagram I'm fairly active on.
YouTube. Yeah. I don't know. I
But
wish I could. It's just like I got to be sitting around like with nothing else to do before I think about. Oh yeah, I should update my Instagram. So it
fair
might
enough.
happen once a month. You're not missing much if you don't follow me. Um, got a couple questions rolling in here. Let's see, movie making 45. I've recently done the head gasket on my 87 pickup with a 22 RE. The truck struggles to do 100 kilometers per hour on the highway. I've not tested a TPS yet, and that's where I plan to look this following weekend. What should I look into to gain more power? Or nah, 22 RE isn't that weak. I mean, it's like what 60 miles an hour, 100 kilometers.
Yeah, so my 91 had 33-inch tires and stock gearing, and it I didn't really go much faster than 100 kilometers per hour on the highway without completely revving it out either. If that's your issue, did it go 100 miles or 100 kilometers per hour before you did the head gasket?
Good question.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't really look into aftermarket mods on any engine, especially the 22 RE, until you get it sorted out and running right.
Hmm.
I'd say TPS is good. TPS can be bad enough to not throw any kind of check engine light, but still bad enough to give you some problems. That's a
Yeah,
possibility. But like Clinton said, how was it before the head gasket? You know, there's always a chance that head could have been warped. You might be
yeah,
getting low compression there. So wouldn't be a bad idea to do a compression test as well, just to make
no.
sure that's good. Um, let's see. Just replace a fuel filter. He's tried driving it, and it wasn't driving good. It was stuttering and thumping through the gears. Any thoughts on it? Was it having any issues before replacing the fuel filter, or was it doing the same thing? Because if so, it might be a problem somewhere else. Hard to say.
Yeah,
Um, and also, let's see. I don't know if it could be anything else fuel related or not, but always good to start with the simple stuff. But yeah, if it's doing it before, it could still be something else. Um, it was taking a long time to start. Okay, that could be a fuel pressure issue.
yeah. Could simply be vacuum lines go or the vacuum going into your fuel pressure regulator and stuff too.
Yeah,
Or, I don't know. One of the easy things to look at, anyways, beforehand.
yeah. Do I know part number for the power steering hose for 86 4Runner? I do not. I'm not. I'm mad with numbers. I don't know any part numbers off the top of my head.
No.
But if you go to what is it like? I think it's Toyota Parts Deal, or I think it's McGeorge Toyota. Those are a couple of dealership sites, and they have humongous resource of parts catalogs like built into their website, and you can go in and put your year, model, make, and you can go through all the different categories of suspension, steering, interior, everything, and find part numbers that way. So more than likely, you probably still be able to get that from a dealership. That's a wear and tear steering part. Let's see. The truck does not. Okay, this is back to
Yeah,
the
the head
head
gasket guy.
gasket. Yep. It doesn't redline. Seems to run okay. Has 31-inch tires and stock gearing. Hmm.
Definitely something up.
Yeah.
That should be able to easily go highway.
Yeah. Um,
Also, 22 REs generally really like to redline,
they
so.
do. Yeah. It's about the only point they make good power. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. Maybe check that the compression next, and that TPS could be it as well. Um, so I looked at a couple trucks this week. I looked at an 86 and an 81, and well,
They better than the ones you looked at, the one you looked at last week?
no, but I still bought the 81.
No.
No, I still bought the 81. I never owned a first gen, and yeah, for the price, I got it for $600. So I figure can't
There
go
you go.
wrong. It does run. It has the engine in it, and it's complete. So that's good. So we'll be looking at that here pretty soon. I got a couple pictures I pulled off my phone. We'll look at them later if there's time. So I wanted a project that I could get on the channel and restore from like start to finish. Because everything I do is pieces and parts and how to
Yeah.
this, how to that. I want to try and, like you talked about, Clinton, engage the audience and get
Yeah.
them back. So
Sure.
it was going to be a first gen 4Runner, but I couldn't find any that weren't destroyed from rust, or missing 75% of the parts. So this is going to be
I
it.
rarely see those for sale ever anymore.
Yeah.
First and forerunners. They don't seem to exist.
I saw a few last year, and I feel kind of bad
Yeah.
that I didn't jump on them because they were like,
I
$3
don't even see them around in general very often anymore.
Yeah.
Either they're all in a garage getting restored, or they're all getting too rotten to even bother and part it out.
Yeah.
But
Um, but yeah, you guys will be seeing that pretty soon. And once I get some room, I think I'm gonna buy another one. I know we looked at. I showed you guys that black 4-wheel drive I looked at, where the guy wanted like $1,500, and
with the
wasn't
destroyed fiberglass bed.
yeah, it had a destroyed fiberglass bed, and the cab was wrecked, and I found a '86 truck, no bed, really rusty cab, but a pretty good frame, and he wants a grant. No, he wants $500 for the cab and
Yeah.
the frame. The only thing is, I didn't know this until I saw it. It's 2-wheel drive.
Uh,
I mean, what do you guys think? Going from 4-wheel drive to 2-wheel drive, is that worth it just to save a truck? That's a tough call, man.
yeah.
I'm not finding any luck getting a 4-wheel drive frame, so I don't know. I'll keep looking, but I may have to do that.
It seems to be getting more common where guys are buying up the 2-wheel drives and doing the solid axle swap on them for like the wheelers and stuff. Because a lot of that's like it doesn't even really matter if you start with a 4-wheel drive or a 2-wheel drive when it comes to like if you plan on solid axle swapping it, because you're cutting off all the IFS anyways
Right.
and welding up hangers. The only difference is you need to change you need to add a T case, which in a lot of 4 by or Toyota wheelers it's not a big issue because lots of guys are doubling them up and modifying transfer cases anyways. But yeah. I seem to notice that the 2-wheel drives are getting a lot more popular, built up more frequently, and that's probably because they're more available.
Yeah, I
And they're
think that's
cheaper.
it. Yeah, a lot cheaper too. Yeah,
And and it's pretty easy to find them in really good shape too because they're not beat on in the bush or anything like that. So
yep.
they're pretty good place to start on a project anyways if you're gonna go extreme with it.
Yeah, and I've never done a solid axle swap, and I wouldn't mind trying it, but now
Yeah.
it's even hard to find like a solid axle around here. They've all been scooped up, and if there is one, people they want.
I've never had issues finding them, and I've get comments of people saying that all the time. Like, how do you find these solid axles everywhere so cheap? Because I mean, I paid $250 Canadian for mine, which apparently is really cheap.
Yeah.
But and the last one I was given, which was just a housing, mind you, but it currently lives on the set in my videos, like on the background. It was just given to me for free because somebody was getting out of the Toyota hobby and was like, "I just got the spare housing. Do you want it?" Absolutely, I'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah, free
Other
stuff
than
is
that,
always the best.
yeah. Other than that, I've had buddies who bought complete first gens, second gens that are the frames are just gone in them essentially, and the only thing worth any money is the solid axle and transfer case in them. But
So
yeah,
yeah, I don't know. I'm still on the fence about that. I wish it was. I wish you could find a 4-wheel drive frame, but not happening here in Ohio.
fair enough.
Building a venture, you're asking about how's the frame and cab on the 81. We'll look at some pictures here in a little bit. The frame has surface rust, but there's no holes. So that's like the first time I've seen that in a while around here. So I'm pretty excited about that. Cab, there's a little bit. There's no holes in the rocker, but there's some surface rust. We'll take a look at it. The bed is a mess though. And so are the doors.
Yeah, that's asking for a lot to have a good bed.
Yeah, those don't exist anymore.
It doesn't
unless you're
happen.
in Southern California or Oregon.
Yeah.
No, it's only 2-wheel drive. That's the only other downfall. It's a 2-wheel drive long bed. Well, here, you know what? I mean, let me save you guys 20 questions here. We'll just take a look at it.
Throw it up, yeah.
Yeah,
Might as well.
get it out of the way here. All right. Oh, right. Get Clinton out
It's
of
me.
there. So, here it is. And it's an 81. It only has 64,000 miles on it. So, I mean, the drivetrain's like new, so that was kind of good.
20R?
Yeah, 20R. Automatic, wasn't crazy
Oh,
about
no.
that. Yeah, it's got to be so gutless.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they put a Weber on it. I guess it gave it a little more power. But you can see there's really not much good. The bottom of the doors are junk. The front fender's got a dent. The other one's decent. Front bumper is a little smashed up. The bed is basically destroyed by rust. We'll look at that a little bit closer. It's got all the trim though. Yeah,
Those mirrors, those got to be aftermarket mirrors. It's
yeah,
the
yeah,
big,
they are
massive.
gigantic. Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's even rotten from the inside where the
Oh,
cross
yeah.
supports were. So, before I saw it in person today, I was hoping I could save it.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking it may be a flatbed project. Brand new spare tire.
Nice shackles. Just
Yeah.
those are custom.
Yeah, I don't know too much.
Oh yeah, that
better
frame
than-
looks good.
Yeah, the frame is. I mean, it's going to take a wire wheel and some POR15, but I think
Yeah,
it'll come
for
out
sure.
good. That's a little hole in the cab there, in the cab floor on the driver's side, but better than a lot of them around here. Good frame. All the body mounts were good, so I was pretty excited about that. Just that bed's rough. Interior is complete, ripping the driver's seat, but other than that, it's in pretty good shape.
I love the styling of the first gen interiors. It looks so nice.
Yeah, me too. Just so basic and simple.
Yeah, exactly.
There's about the worst part of the cab, which I can deal with that. My 85 was worse than that, and I kind of fabricated that back together. So that's not horrible for me. By the way, nobody makes any kind of repair panel for these. So
No?
I'm on my own there. I found a guy that's got some doors already, so that's taken care of. Yeah, there's the odometer. 64,588 miles. Yeah, there you go. That's Ohio for you right there.
Yeah. Yeah, those doors are gone.
Yeah, and the bed's horrible too. And I'll never find a long bed first gen, let alone a nice
No.
first gen bed. So, who knows? Maybe end up flat bedding it. We'll see.
Actually, my buddy Skylar just built the first gen. I'll send you a photo too so you can put it up. It's got the 8-foot bed in really good shape.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything, you do anything Toyota this week?
You know what? It's been really warm the last couple days. I
Yeah.
cleaned the garage. What else I do? Nothing Toyota really. I got the 4-wheeler running. I started looking into the Acura Legend, why that thing doesn't run, because I want to get that thing out of the way. I kind of wish I didn't even buy it now, to be honest, because I had no Toyotas in my future. There was nothing around, and then it just rained Toyotas. I got another offer. People saying that they want to get rid of their truck, so I've got no space now, and I've got a lot of
Me
things
neither.
on the potential table here. So kind of want to get that out of the way.
Gallery. Where is this?
Here we go. What's this? Mirrors are to an older F-150. You've got a good eye, man, that you can recognize that from those couple photos. That's awesome.
That is impressive.
Yeah, it is. Let's see. It'll look nice restored. Yes, it will, and I'm planning on doing that to it. The girl I bought it from was her first vehicle, and she's kind of sentimental about it. And she's like, I just want it to go to someone who will take care of it. And I told her, I'll do my best. I'll send you a link so you can see the progress.
Yeah.
Let's see. Before I give up on that metal, check out Fitzy's Fabrications. He makes you want to go metalwork. I've done some metalwork, but nothing to this extent. So we'll see. We'll see once we get into it. I got a question from Ryan. Best aftermarket replacement radiator for the 22RE. I'm going to say, I don't know if personally on a Toyota application, but I've always had good luck with Mishimoto radiators. What about you, Clinton? You got any
I've just used the part store special.
part store special? There you
Whatever
go.
they have in stock that will fit.
Yeah, that's actually what's been on my 85 for almost 10 years now. Just a cheap,
Yeah, they work great, and
Yeah.
they're pretty cheap. 22RE rads are cheaper than 3-liter rads too.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but they are. But yeah, if you want to feel inspired for a first gen build, check out the email I just sent you.
Ooh, I'll check it out.
Sent you a couple of photos. So yeah, that's the one that you're about to pull up is my buddy Skyler. He used to have, well, he still has it. He has a '94 Toyota pickup single cab, but he picked up this first gen somewhat recently and moved everything good from his '94 that he already saw it axle swapped over down to this first gen. So it's got like 37-inch tires, all trail gear. I think it's 4-inch leaf springs all around, fractal bumpers, lockers, front and rear. It's a beauty and it's in really good shape.
Yeah, we're gonna check this out right now. So, here we go. That is really nice, man.
Yeah.
That is the bed I need.
Yeah, 8-foot bed, and it is in immaculate shape.
It is the last one in existence, and anywhere where
and
it
yeah,
snows.
it's a Canada truck too.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That is really clean. And then there's the front. Nice.
Yeah, so he's going to be wheeling that, so its body won't be nearly as clean as it is
man.
right now.
Oh no! Tell him, dude, man. If you weren't so far, I would just be like, here, take mine plus however much cash you want. Trade me fenders.
It's a beautiful truck.
That is too nice to wheel.
Yeah, it's got a 22R unit right now, but he's building a TDI to put in it.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, that's real nice. Wow.
And he's gonna hack up that bed and he's gonna bob it because it's way too long.
No.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. I thought you'd like that. I'd like to hear that.
That's depressing. I just noticed too from this angle that's a tiny back window.
It is a little back window, isn't it?
I didn't even notice was the one in the 81 that small?
I don't know.
Let's see. I guess so, yeah. I don't know. Maybe because the truck was so big.
Yeah, I think it's because the truck was so big.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a little back window in those.
And that bed just looks gigantic in that angle.
The bed does look huge. That was the first thing I told him when he sent it to me. It's like, man, you need to bob that. That is long.
Yeah. Man, that kind of bums me out that he's going to be destroying that bed. That's way too nice.
He's making it better. Better for wheeling.
Better for wheeling, yeah.
Well, the problem is, like, in our group, there is so many third-gen pickups. Like, everyone has them, it feels like. And he also built one, but he acquired that truck for, I think it was only like $1,000, like, for the whole truck. And it wasn't already a solid axle four-wheel drive 20R, too. But, yeah, he got a killer deal on it.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm pretty sure that was a barn find too. Somebody had it sitting in their barn. I think it had a blown engine, and when he picked it up, the engine was sitting in the box. So somebody halfway started the project of replacing it, but never actually got ambitious enough to fix or finish it. So it just sat around for 20 years.
That's the way to do it. I would love to find a clean truck with just no engine. That'd be the easiest way to get a good deal, I think.
Yeah.
I got a couple more emails here. We'll jump back over. This one is from Jim, who I actually met, I think 2 years ago at Super Summit. Check this out. And this has got the 4.3 liter Chevy V6 and a 700 R4 transmission.
I like the color.
Yeah, me too. And let's see, 4.701 low range transfer case, 529 gears with Toyota e-lockers, Marlin crawler high steer, low range springs in the front, and 63-inch set Chevys in the rear. And
E-lockers front and rear, eh? That's pretty sweet. If I could find another e-locker, I would do that.
Yeah, I've actually got a one of my videos, Jim. You're in one of my videos crawling through the obstacle course at Summit Racing at their off-road park. But that was a fun time. Hope they do it again this year. Yeah, this is a clean truck. Got a couple more photos here. There it is. It was cool meeting somebody else with a second-gen extra cab, like lifted, like right here, like within a half hour of me too. So.
And super clean.
Very clean. Yeah, very clean. Let's see.
Do you have the same headlights as him? Or
Yeah,
are yours different?
I think they are the same. Let's go back and look at that. I believe those are the ones I've got. Truck Mall. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, nice truck. I got this one from Joey. This is his 4Runner, and this thing's pretty built up. It's the only photo I got. Sorry, it's kind of on the small side here. There we go. So, got nice aftermarket front bumper, some nice custom sliders, and I don't know what some Steelies, maybe off of a newer Toyota. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they don't. They look like they're off like a newer Toyota, like something that would take a hubcap.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I
Sorts.
don't know. Maybe I'm trying to think what newer trucks have those, but yeah, something newer for sure.
Maybe
And
a base model 4Runner or a base model Tacoma. I don't know.
some tall skinnies.
Tall
Some
skinnies. Yeah, I like the tall skinny
TSO or
look on that.
something.
It looks cool.
Yeah, I like that look. Let's see. We've got. Oh, you know what? I found this. We talked last week about the dash restoration and how it's a lot more work than I thought, filling all the cracks. This is one of those caps that somebody painted to match. It's one of those like thin plastic covers that just like you just silicone them on over your cracked dash. And look how
Yeah,
good
you
that
can't even
looks.
tell.
Yeah, I'm convinced, man. If I had seen this before I started my dash restoration, I would have just bought one. That thing looks mint. And you don't even have to pull the dash out to install it, which is the best part.
That is the best part.
What do we got? Oh, that's yours. Let's see. Well, here's that Nissan. We'll take a look at Pablo's Nissan here. See what the competition's doing. This is his 97 Nissan. And it's really clean. To be honest, I don't know how long they use this body style. I thought it was like late 80s until they said it was like a 97. I know
The
Nissan
hard bodies.
doesn't exactly update their trucks that often. They had the Frontier for like what?
Oh, they've been running that
14 years or
forever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been around forever. Yeah, so there's what the back of a Nissan King Cab looks like, in case you're wondering.
Fancy.
Yeah.
I had
Yeah,
a friend in
something
high
like
school
that.
who had one of those.
I always liked them. I thought they were really cool.
Hmm.
They never came in a. I don't think they ever came in a solid axle though.
No, I don't think they ever did.
But yeah, I like the inside too. I like the dual shifters, nice and rugged. And there's what he wants to build it like. And there's what he's got. So on the way there, man, looking good.
Hmm.
Good to check out the what the other side is doing. You know. Let's see. We're not flooded with questions yet. Well, check out that 86 I showed you. I talked to you about. This is the one where the guy wants $500 for the cab and the frame, and it's got a lift kit. This is the oh shoot, I just forgot the name of it. It's the 2-wheel drive lift kit that they make. It'll come to me here in a little bit. But that's a clean Ohio frame. I know you guys in the West Coast are like, run, but that's decent. I mean, I would work with
No,
that.
it doesn't look bad at all.
Yeah, he said it's
Like
got
specifically behind where the gas tank lives too. It doesn't look like it's
really not bad. I think
really
I
bad
see
at all.
A hole maybe right there. Can't tell what that is. That could be a hole. I don't know. But it's getting a little ugly right in here. But other than that, I'm definitely
It's a
considering
savable
it.
frame for
Absolutely.
sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And wait till you see the cab on this one. Yeah. I don't think there's much to do for that cab. It's all the way prepped up all the way into the door jamb.
Square tube rockers.
Yeah.
Have you seen that done before?
I have.
I think it looks so good on second gens.
It does kind of fit the body style.
Yeah, it honestly it does.
And he's got two engines. He's got a 22R with a 4-speed and a 22RE with a 5-speed. And he said he'd sell both of those for $500 too. And I'm just thinking, like, where am I going to put all this stuff? So I kind of got to make some room first before I can jump on that. But the doors are good. The engine bay, and you can see it's getting pretty crusty. Over by where the battery was, usually gets pretty crusty there.
Mine was so crusty in there. I had to do a lot of cleaning up before I painted mine, but there wasn't any holes in it. There was just a lot of surface rust to knock off.
Yeah. I'll take surface rust though.
Yeah, exactly.
Right near that little mount, right where the mount attaches to the frame is getting pretty crusty there too. But this is a good frame. This is something I'd be proud to work with. So That's where I am, living here in Ohio. Taking whatever I can get. All right, let's get back to the chat here. Let's see. Mine have both 360,000 and no rust. Your roads suck. Yes, they do, my friend. Yes, they do. I feel for you. My 2004 Runner 4-cylinder 2-wheel drive is like new. My 87 4Runner is straight out of the road. Warrior rebuilt everything like new. Yeah. Let's see. Is he gonna bob it like his last one?
Yes.
Yeah, he's talking about the bed. Yeah, unfortunately. Man, it just hurts to think about it.
Yeah, he took 13 inches out of the last one, which was a 6-foot box, so he's going to be taking a lot more out of the 8-foot box, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Too bad it wasn't. If I was closer, I would just buy the part that he bobbed out, just so I could have some material to roll into mine.
The last 2 feet of it.
Yeah. I'd buy just that last 2-foot section.
Yeah, that's funny.
Can you put a 350 in an 86 4Runner? Absolutely. That's a common swap. It's been done a lot of times. There's advanced adapters.
Advanced adapters makes the bell housing for it. I think it seems to be getting a lot less popular to do those swaps just because there's so many other options out there that, in my opinion, are better. But if you're a Chevy guy, there's a lot of guys that love the Chevyotas.
Yeah, I'm with you. It does seem like they're less common. You see, a lot of the trucks you see that have it were built a long time ago.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like a lot of like early 2000s and like 90s builds. Lots of guys that was the thing to do, is to slap a Chevy 350 in them. It's kind of an expensive job to do because those adapters aren't cheap, and custom clutches and stuff like that. When there's practically bolt-on options for the older trucks to make the same power stock. But that being said, you can tune a 350 to make way more power.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I guess bang for your buck, it's a pretty good way to go if you're into the 350s.
If you're into 350s, yeah. I think if you wanted a Chev motor and LS, it's probably the better option nowadays.
Yeah. And I guess also, too, if you're starting with a 22R, if you're starting with the 3-liter, I would say a 3.4 is probably your best bang for the buck. Is that your opinion on that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
3.4 is the best bang for the buck.
Making sure, because you are the the expert.
Yeah, that's why I got rid of my 3.4.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
It's an upgrade, though.
Yeah, it was an upgrade to a 4.7 and now a 4-liter.
Oh, it just came to me. Fab Tech is the name of that 2-wheel drive lift.
Okay.
I had it on my my really rusty 87, the brown or maroon one, and I think it gives you like maybe 3 inches of lift or something like that. So it looked pretty good. Let's see here. Oh, Austin, yeah, you know what? I did get your email for the S10. Well, what do you guys want to see an S10? I'm gonna leave it up to the viewers. I don't know if you guys like seeing these other non-Toyotas. So if you guys are okay with
It is called
seeing
Toyota Tuesday, after all.
It is called Toyota Tuesday, and it is a build S10. I'll give him that. It's got some Dana axles under it. So
Nice.
we'll see what you guys say. We'll leave it up to the viewers here. Jim, he did get the headlights after watching the video where I put it in my truck. And yeah,
Nice.
those things are bright as hell.
Yeah.
Do you get flashed a lot when you're driving at night? I honestly, I need to aim mine down more. I feel like I'm gonna.
So, you know, my truck with the stock headlights, I feel like I can leave the high beams on the entire time and nobody notices. Because I feel like even if my high beams, I'm driving in candlelight, just because they're still the stock big halogen housing ones. They're like, compared to like modern headlights that you see on the road, even their low beams are like blinding bright. I don't think anyone really cares or even notices the high beams if I accidentally leave them on in my truck. I almost never ever get high beamed in them.
Yeah, that's how mine were. There's just no pattern at all. The light just disperses, and you got no distance. Yeah. I didn't even like driving at night in my truck. It was bad. Let's see. Mushroom tip. Turbo 3RZ question mark. I'm not sure if he was talking about one of your buddy's trucks, Clinton, or not.
We do have a build coming with a Turbo 3RZ,
Okay,
yeah,
there you
but
go.
that's not officially announced or anything on my channel quite yet.
Ooh,
We haven't really talked about the project at all. I mean, I've got no problem talking about it. I'm just saying we do have one in the pipe.
nice.
But,
Let's see, Bob Frazier, out there in Oregon. Hey, Bob, I got your email about the frames. It doesn't seem feasible. I'm going back and forth with Bob. He's coming out to Ohio this summer, and he says, "Hey, um, if you want, I can rent a trailer or whatever, and bring you some frames and pay for my gas." So I'm like, I couldn't fall asleep that night. I read the email. I was so excited, and then I looked into it, and I'm looking a U-Haul trailer. 16-foot trailer is like, it'd be over $1,000 plus the cost of fuel. You figure maybe $1,500 total, plus the cost of the frames, $500 to $700 a pop. I would need. It's not looking like it's going to be financially reasonable for me to go that route unless I have like a 53-foot semi trailer flatbed and I could stack like 20 frames in a thing. Maybe then, but I'm going to keep looking, man. I'll be in touch, Bob, about the frames. Um, let's see here. Where were we? Do you guys have any experience with Total Chaos, Blazeland, or JD Fab 4x4, IFS long travel suspension?
I have very little experience with the Blazeland kit. I don't know. I like them. I don't think they're practical for wheeling in the trees, just because they make your stance so much wider than just your standard solid axle build. And I find that I struggle to fit in places sometimes, so I wouldn't want to be any wider than I am. And not only that, like the long travel kits, they use T100 CVs, which is still a stock CV at the end of the day. You could probably get some upgraded RCVs, but my biggest problem with the IFS is every time I was out, I felt like I was blowing a CV, which is my biggest push to go solid axle in the end. So they're nice, but it depends on what you want to do with them.
Yeah, I guess if you're going to be crawling, it kind of is. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, if you want to fit in tight spots and you're going to crawl over rocks and stuff, that's not your go-to. But if you plan on mobbing through a desert or something, I
there
bet
you
you
go.
they'd be great.
Yeah, for some high speed stuff, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Um,
Or maybe if you just cruise like just normal Forest Service roads a lot too, and you don't necessarily do wheeling or like harder off-roading, I bet you a long travel setup would feel really cushy
yeah,
on a bumpy Forest Service road.
for sure. All right. Someone wants. We got a couple yeses on the S10. We'll jump over here real quick. Kind of a slow night on the chat, so we'll take a look at this. This is the before picture. So there it is on a Dana 44 and a Dana, I think it was Dana 60. Welded rear, Aussie locker up front. Crashed into the pole and slowly been rebuilding it. And
Nice.
oh wait, this is Toyota related. My bad. The cap, he says. There it is. The cap is from a first generation taco. So there it is. It is Toyota related. Oh wait, we've got some more. The front leaf pack is a Dakota main leaf and 85 Toyota rear leaves mixed. So it does have some Toyota in it. So there you go, man. All right. Clinton, this is for you. Austin,
Oh,
with the S10, he asked, what's your WMS to WMS?
what does WMS mean?
I was hoping you knew.
I don't know
I was
what
trying
that
to think in
means.
my head. WMS. Wheel. I don't know.
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
no idea.
let us know what that WMS is. Let's see. So, is it getting warm up there yet? You able to wrench
Oh yeah,
above?
it's so warm out there.
Do you have snow still?
Pardon me?
You still have any snow on the ground?
Barely any snow on the ground left.
Okay.
But,
All right. Yeah,
yeah, in town there's barely any snowfall.
we're almost all melted here. It's been 60 the last 2 days. We got one more warm day tomorrow, so I have been outside whenever possible.
Yeah, 10 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. Okay, so it's been 50 here.
Okay.
So
Um,
yeah, pretty warm.
Here we go. WMS, wheel mount surface. So I guess that means from flange to flange on the axle. Is what I'm guessing that means.
Um,
I wouldn't even know what that would be.
Whatever it is stock.
Yeah.
Well, okay, no, whatever the rear width is stock, because I run IFS hubs on my solid axle to make the front solid axle match the rear,
Okay.
but I honestly don't know what the width is.
Yeah, I want to say, I don't know, 54 inches comes to mind. I think I measured
Yeah,
it one time, but maybe something around there. Then again, it does make a difference too on the year truck 85 and earlier have 3-inch shorter track width.
oh, I think it's 58.5.
58.5. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. And then the IFS trucks they gained 3 inches on the track width.
hmm Rear axle width 86 to 95, 400s and trucks. Or not, yeah, 86 95 is 58.5. So
Okay.
there you go. If that's what you're saying, wheel mount surface.
The fast lane. I'm not sure. Any recommendations for an 85 pickup? I'm not sure. What are we recommending here? Yes.
I think just
Get one.
yes. Yeah, I think just yes.
They're great trucks. Just don't buy one from Ohio or Michigan or Canada or anywhere else in the East Coast. Mushroom tips: running the brightest 5x7-inch rectangle LED Cree headlights, daytime running lights for Toyota pickup, with a low-range off-road harness. Yeah, you do have to buy, if you run these LED headlights, these aftermarket ones, you do have to buy an H4 conversion harness, because Toyota does something goofy. It's like a double negative, I think is what it's called, where you can't just plug in a set of those lights, or you only have, I think you only have high beams, or only have high
Yeah,
and low
you
at the
need
same
you need to
time.
do something funky with the wiring.
Yeah, it won't work
I
with
had
the
to do
harness.
that a long time ago when I did some aftermarket headlights in mine, but they weren't DOT, so I ended up getting rid of them and reverting back to stock when I went through an inspection. But I don't even remember what exactly I did, but I remember having to mess around with the wiring a bit to get the aftermarket stuff to actually work.
They're picky up there. Really
They are
about
picky, yeah.
their- Man,
That's part of the reason why I currently have just regular old factory headlights, because I don't want to get pulled over for having an aftermarket headlight. Even if they are DOT approved, they don't look DOT approved because they got the black inside them.
okay, yeah.
So I just don't want to get pulled over for somebody thinking that they're not DOT approved, because most of them aren't.
It just seems so weird that, like, you've got all the public land, all the wheeling you want, but they're so picky about like certain things up there. Meanwhile, in
Yeah.
Ohio, we have no public land. You're trespassing wherever you go unless it's like
Yeah.
an off-road park, and you have no inspections. If your taillights work and your brakes
Yeah.
work, you're good. And if you have mirrors.
Yeah, mirrors are important.
Yeah,
Well, one of them are important.
Yeah. Well, I'm grandfathered in because I didn't come with a passenger mirror in my 85. So
Yeah, so my buddy Skyler, the one at the first gen, it's 94, doesn't have a passenger side mirror either because it's a base model. I guess Toyota in the super base models didn't bother putting the mirror on the passenger side.
that late in the 90s, I'm surprised.
Yeah, right?
That's
Me
when, like-
too. I was super surprised when I saw that.
Isn't that the year airbags became standard, or was that 95? Maybe 95.
I think
the
it was
airbags.
95 they became
95.
standard. Yeah.
So
Third brake light was 93, I believe, at least
Okay.
in Canada. So you see some third gens, like I think 93 and up, they have that third brake light above the cab that looks really stupid and like it's an afterthought.
Yes.
Because it is an afterthought. Toyota had to put it on to be compliant. But yeah.
I can't believe that late into the 90s they had one mirror. But
Yeah, they did in the 94. I was blown away by that because my brother's 85 also factory didn't have passenger side mirror.
Yeah.
But he put a couple of aftermarket mirrors on him anyways because he wanted to have a mirror.
I will say, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I kind of like not having a mirror because it's kind of like a conversation piece. Like,
Yeah.
well, where's your mirror? Just like, where's your rear bumper? Oh, those
Yeah.
were an option in the 80s. And safety didn't matter.
Yeah. So yes, the rear bumper on third gens was also an option. You could just spec out just to have the roll pan rear, which looks really good on those trucks.
It does.
But it's not practical off road.
Yeah, exactly. And if you get in an accident,
Yeah,
you're
your
getting
bed
towed
is
away.
toast. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, having one mirror, you get used to it. But there's sometimes like when I'm backing into the garage, where
Yeah.
I look over and I'm like, oh crap, that's right. I've only got one mirror.
Yeah.
All right, catch you on comments here. So yeah, the fast lane. I didn't know what you meant there, but yeah, definitely get one, and not from this region. 85 pickups the way to go. I prefer the extra cab. I mean, I've had standard cabs, and I don't know. There's no room for anything inside really. A little bit of space behind the seat, but
Yeah.
if you can find an extra cab, that's the way to go for sure. All I have is trails like Clinton around me, and my truck has a 67-inch wheel mount surface to wheel mount surface. That's wide, man.
That is wide.
That is really wide. Depending on how those trails are, but you'll be rubbing on some trees for sure.
How wide did you say it was? 67?
67-inch, yeah. I mean, this is the S10, by the way, and he's got some. It's not like he has huge wide wheels and 14-inch wide tires.
See, yeah, I think I'm 71 or 72 is my track width entire or total, including the tires on my truck. And yeah, I just barely squeeze.
Yeah, you'll be way over that. So, I mean, those are big axles too, though. I guess it depends on the kind of trails and how much abuse you're going to be doing. For rock crawling, you'd be pretty good. But
depends on where you live.
Yeah, exactly.
And what you can get away with.
That too. Would you get away with larger
Tons?
axles in Canada?
If I narrowed them up or shortened them up, yeah.
That's okay.
I know of people who have cut them down, re-sleeved them, and made them like Toyota width, so that their tires don't stick out of the wheel well.
Okay, is that the red flag? Is there sticking past?
Yeah, that's the red flag.
Right.
It's the tires past the fenders.
What if you put on like some bushwhacker fender flares to cover them up?
You could, yeah.
You could? Okay.
But I mean, putting tons directly underneath a Toyota, you're going to be significantly wider.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think technically the same law is here. Like they could pull you over if you had big old mudders sticking out from under your truck. But the cop has to care, and they don't really care too much around here.
yeah.
Let's see here. I think that let's see, where were we? Dean Clifford. You signed up to perform in a commercial capacity. I'm not sure. You know Dean Clifford? Is this someone we should know as Toyota owners? I don't know.
I have no idea.
The chat's going off the end here today. I don't know. I can't keep up. Where can I find a speedometer cable for a 1986 Toyota four-wheel drive? I can't find one.
Your local Toyota dealership.
They still make those?
I literally just replaced mine like last week.
Okay. I didn't know if
it's not cheap. It's $160 part, but it is also actually better quality than the OEM one too, or my factory one. Is the OEM one, but the newer version of it is a lot better quality. They used metal bits where there was plastic on the original. Okay. So
good to know.
Yeah, but yeah, it was $160 Canadian for.
I'm curious. How many miles do you have that you wore out your cable? That's what I want to know. Or kilometers if you're in Canada.
I mean, mine was due to a fire.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, yeah, you're right.
That's $126.
There's that.
USD.
Yeah, that's not bad for an OEM part.
Yeah. And you know what? I was having problems with my cable before that. Like when it's cold, it would stick a lot and it would jitter and make noise inside the cable. So it probably could have fixed it with some fresh lubrication inside it. I don't actually know how you would re-oil them, but either way, I'm hoping that's just going to be fixed with this new cable. It should be with the fresh lube inside of it. But
okay. Now I'm trying to think if I've ever seen aftermarket knockoff ones on eBay or not.
You can't buy them. I've tried.
No,
I've looked everywhere for them.
okay.
Yeah.
I know for sure. He mentioned 4-wheel drive, and that's important because the 2-wheel drives and the 4-wheel drives, they are different.
Yep.
I've never had them side by side to compare, but I just know they're different. Probably length or something. I don't know.
Yep. Different 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive, different whether it's a 3-liter or 22 RE, whatever.
Oh, that too.
Automatic versus standard is also different. So, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Sent you guys some pics of my truck from Ontario. All right. Did get some more pictures here. We'll check those. We'll get back to those in a second here. Okay, the axles are from a '79 F250. Yeah, those are gigantic.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big truck. Every ticket you get, you can make money. You sue the cop for operating under the color of law. It sounds like. Well, let us know how that works out for you.
Yeah, it's not really something I'd want to do. I hate fighting tickets. I mean,
yeah, I know.
you got a ticket for a reason. Like, I'm not that kind of person, I guess. But
Yeah, I got a lot of tickets in my younger days, and some of them were stupid.
Yeah.
I know every one I fought, I lost. It didn't be a waste of time.
I've never fought one. And the last ticket I got was when my truck got pulled off the road in 2017.
Yeah.
So,
I just got tired of driving fast. I bought Toyotas. So
Yeah.
now I drive slow.
the only thing I actually drive fast in is my Corolla, and the only time I'm driving fast in it is on like road trips and on the highways or interstates when I'm going through the states or whatever. And I've had pretty good luck not getting pulled over on the highway, but I don't excessively speed by any means. But yeah.
One time, I got three moving violations at once. I was. This was in this is like probably, I don't know, early 2000s maybe even late 90s. I don't know. I was in a Chevy Beretta, and I merged onto the highway, and I got over to the left lane, the fast lane, because I wanted to speed, which was probably my first problem. And some dude just got jumped right over, didn't look, just cut me off. So I was kind of a hothead back then, I guess, behind the wheel. So I was, tailgating him, and I moved over so he'd see me in his rear view, in his side mirror. And there was a cop. There were cops up in an airplane that day, and they were ticketing from above, like they had like a stopwatch. And you ever see those? I don't know if they have them up there. But every quarter mile on the highway, sometimes there's like a thick white line, and they'll stopwatch you from quarter mile to quarter mile, and then do the math and figure out your speed. So they radioed ahead, and they had a bunch of cops sitting on an on-ramp or down the highway. One of them pulled me over, and he's like, this it was speeding, tailgating, and he even got me for crossing over that edge line when I was in the guy's mirror for cutting me off. I mean, it was. I actually had to hire an attorney for that one, because that would have been like I think 6 points on my license.
Yeah.
So they threw out the points, and I just paid the fees. They negotiated that out. So yeah, if you ever see those lines in the highway, those thick white lines, that's what those are for. They'll be overhead in like an airplane or a helicopter with a stopwatch. Learned an expensive lesson that day. But yeah, I just don't speed anymore. It's much easier.
It is much easier. Realistically, you don't get there much faster, or anyways.
Yeah, I don't really even own a Toyota that is worthy of being in the left lane, the fast lane.
Well, my pickup for sure is not a speed rocket on the highway whatsoever. It goes the speed limit. It goes just above the speed limit, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I also wouldn't want to push it faster than that anyways, just because it's a wheeler.
I will say,
I've got no reason to go faster. It's not built to go fast.
Yeah, and a 22 hours is no speed even either. But there was a point, I think, coming back from the Gambler 500. It was such a long drive going from northern Michigan back to southern Michigan. I think at one point we got up to 90. We were cruising at 90 on the highway on 35s with the 22R. and that was the fastest I've ever gone on 35.
Oh, really?
That was enough. Yeah, yeah,
On my way back from Moab, I was cruising 90 for, I feel like a lot of the interstate. That my truck does 90 beautifully with the 37s, but that was with the supercharged 3.4.
yeah, yeah. Mine had nothing left. I think the pedal was
Yeah.
to the floor at 90.
Yeah.
Um, let's
But yeah,
see.
the interstates generally are very long and straight. As long as there's no corners, I can go somewhat reasonably fast in my truck.
Yeah.
The solid axle leaf sprung just are not a cornering kind of suspension.
Yeah, mine's not bad because the springs are so
Yeah.
stiff. It rides rough,
Yeah.
but it does actually handle decent. And
Yeah.
it's got, there's no sway bars or anything on the
No.
solids. So I mean, for what it is, it's not bad. Where are we here?
Didn't your solid axle have a sway bar factory?
You know what? I don't know if it did. If it did, the previous owner
I know
took
when
it off.
when I solid axle swap, we always cut the sway bar links off of them,
Okay.
or the mounts off of them.
Then yeah, I guess it did, and he just took it off.
They have an anti wrap and they have a sway bar. But yeah, most people cut them off because they just limit articulation, and they really don't do anything at the end of the day.
No, I mean, you're not going on an autocross course. There's
No.
need for it.
No.
Oh, we've got here. They still produce the OEM floor mats. Is that true for a third gen? I don't know.
Oh, I wish.
Yeah,
I don't know. They might, but I love my OBM floor mats. But last year they just finally got wore out enough that there's big rips in the top of them, and it made me sad because they're awesome floor mats. They say Toyota right across the top, and they match the color of my interior too.
Have you ever seen the original base model second gen floor mats?
No, I don't think I have.
All right, I'm gonna pull up a picture here. Tell a story for a second here. This is worth me pulling up. They're hilariously cheap. Let's see. I know I've got the photo for it. Unfortunately, I don't have them anymore because what they are is like this thin plastic almost. I know I've got a picture. Please have a picture. Here it is. Yes. Let's jump over the other window here. You can see it right here. These actually came with my truck when I bought them. These are the original floor mats from 1985 for a non-SR5 that didn't have carpet. And
It was a vinyl floor. That's nice.
yeah. And this is it's a vinyl, like a thick vinyl like floor mat as well.
Yeah.
And it says right there, you can see it says Toyota in it. And unfortunately, I'm such an idiot. I left them in the winter, and you can see how this one kind of like flopped over. It got so cold because this was my daily driver for the first couple of years that like when it was below freezing sometime, it like got so brittle that it just cracked and it just crumbled.
Yeah.
Plus, from being 25 years
That's
old.
essentially what mine's doing. It's just crumbling and falling apart now, which sucks because I really like the floor mats.
Yeah. It was
I'll
so
probably
cool to have those.
I'll likely be replacing them with those WeatherTech like molded to fit floor mats, just so that they actually hold the water from melting snow on my boots when I'm snow wheeling and stuff, instead of it soaking into the carpet and causing potential rust in the future. Because I did when I pulled my carpet back, I found a few rust holes that I fixed in my floor.
Oh, rust holes or just surface?
Holes.
Ooh.
So in the cab corner on the inside, there's like a bead of silicone that's like almost 2 inches wide that Toyota had in the factory on both sides, and I noticed a tiny bit of rust in the one corner of it. So I started sanding it down and pulling back the silicone, and as I pulled back the silicone, the rust turned into a hole that eventually became like a loony sized, or not a loony. Well, a loony. I'm trying to think. A Canadian loony. I don't know if you know what that looks like.
I'm not even sure what you're talking about right now. What's a Canadian loony?
Well, we don't have $1 bills. We use a $1 coin.
Oh, it's called a loony. Okay.
It's called a loony. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even. My wallet's actually holding the camera up.
I'm curious. What picture is on the coin? Is it something totally Canadian, like a goose or a moose or something, or is it like?
Pretty sure it is.
Is it okay? Because I know like we get Canadian
I hope
money
I have one.
that makes its way down to the States sometime, and it's like I think there's like a beaver on the nickel or something.
Yep, there is.
Yeah.
There's beaver on the
Yeah.
nickel.
It's so Canadian. Oh, here I
Pretty
got.
sure you're. I'm pretty sure you're right. I think it does have a goose on it.
Okay, I might have seen that before.
Absolutely, it's got a goose on it.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's got the queen on the other side. But yep, that's a loony. But yeah,
Alright.
there was a loony-sized hole on my passenger side, and then I looked at the driver's side, pulled up the same bit of silicone, and found a hole there too. Which you would have never known if I kept the silicone in place. So
We learn a lot
those
here
are
on the show about
well, Canada.
Yeah, about Canada.
Yeah, I was trying to think about something you guys would have that would be about the same size, but I was drawing a blank.
Yeah, it's bigger than
Just bigger than a quarter.
Yeah, it'd be a $50. I don't know.
$50. You guys have still have 50-cent coins?
I think yeah. I mean, you still see them once in a while. I don't know if they still make them or if they're just.
We got rid of those a very long time ago.
Yeah.
But we also got rid of pennies, what, 5 years ago?
Did you really?
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't know that.
we haven't had pennies in circulation forever.
No kidding. So they're like a rare thing up there. 'Cause I see them down here still with the maple leaf.
Yep.
On them.
Yeah, no, I never really see pennies anymore.
Okay.
Sorry, we got rid of pennies in 2013, so more than 5 years ago.
Oh, that's great.
Yep. Don't miss them whatsoever. They take up way too much room in your wallet.
All right, I'm gonna get a last batch of photos here from the emails, and we'll look at those, and then
Okay.
we'll shut it down here.
Yeah, we kind of got sidetracked with Canadian
I know.
currency.
Like, a good portion of this show is just Canadian talk because it just blows
Yeah.
my mind the way things are up there. It's cool though. I learned a lot. Let's see. And mushroom tip. I'm getting your photos loaded up right now. We'll look at those, and I just saw your last two that you sent, Clinton.
Yep.
Okay. Multitasking is hard. All right, so we'll look at Clinton's interior first. This is where we are.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I didn't know
So
you
this
had
is those are today photos.
Okay,
I
nice.
finally got my rear seat put back to, or my rear compartment put back together. You see the brand new carpet in there. You can see how faded my seats are compared to the carpet. That is the OEM carpet color, but nowhere near, or my rest of the red isn't nearly as red as the carpet.
I was gonna say, yeah, it makes a big difference. Hey, you ever try? They make a paint. Duplicolor makes it. It's called vinyl
Yeah.
and fabric, and I guess
Yeah.
you can spray it right on like fabric, and they make a red and stuff like that. I don't know if you ever
Yeah.
considered that, or if that would.
I've never know.
No,
I'm just gonna run the faded.
that's true. I mean, you're not bringing
Seats,
a
it
thing
doesn't really make a
SEMA,
difference
you
to
know?
me. Yeah, it's not a show truck by any means, but yeah, got the rear end put together, and yeah, the dash got put in today. That was a big step, and
Nice.
the heater core and all that goodness.
Nice. Yeah, good to see you coming back
Can't
together.
even tell there was a fire there.
No. Is there still a smell of smoke?
Nope, it actually smells like new truck in there because of the carpet. Yeah, you would absolutely, you would never know that thing ever had a fire in it. Now looking at it, so
Good deal.
yeah.
All right. Checking out the rest of your garage there.
Not much to see.
All right, here we go. This is mushroom tip. I'll get the specs on this. It's a 1987 pickup IFS 22R with a G52 trans. And he put a Weber. Oh, hang on. Where we go back here? Put a Weber on it. There it is. Sweet bed. So, with a headache rack. That's crazy.
That is.
I never
Well,
seen
the
when they did
bumper
that
is
before.
crazy.
It looks angry.
It does.
There's the Weber, the K&N on top there. Some LEDs. That's a nice angle right there. Is that bed aluminum? Looks like it. Nice setup. It's a good looking truck. I like the SR5 Steelies on there too.
Mm-hmm.
And one more. Out playing in
Wait.
some mud. Although that rack blocks your rear window. It looks like that'd be kind of.
It looks like it. Yeah.
Is that legal in Canada?
Um,
Would he get pulled over
I
for
don't
that up
know
there? Yeah. I
because like normal like box truck like work van conversions and stuff, you can't see out of your back window or back mirror or anything.
Oh yeah, that's
Uh,
true. Yeah.
so I think you only have to have two rear view mirrors to be legal. So if you still have your driver's side, passenger side, you're fine. Which I think it might be why the 94 got away with still having only one door mirror because it still had the center mirror and the driver mirror. I think that is the law. I think you only have to have two rear mirrors. Um, so yeah, I think you can cover your rear, but I could be wrong about that.
All right. Yeah, I think that drive me nuts not being able to see behind me.
Oh
But
yeah, it would be especially in like an off-road rig. I'd want to see in my mirror.
all right. Well, that's it for today for the photos. Couple last comments, and we'll call it a night here. Let's see. 89 to 94 extra cab body parts. Need to talk. I'm in South Ohio. Plus frames. I'm into the second gen. Well, and now the first gen too. And the 89 to 94 frames. We talked about this, I think, last week. They're a little bit different. I know the extra cabs are different, but the standard cab frames, if you got a clean one, it may be worth it to pick one up and just swap out the mounts and re-weld them and position them. I think I'd rather do that than deal with repairing rust at this point.
Hmm.
Let's see. Go to any self car wash and go to. Oh, we're talking about money. now we're talking about money for the rest of the show here.
Yeah.
Hey, this is a good point. Yeah, the price of copper is worth more than a penny. But here in the U.S., we quit making copper pennies in, what year was it? I don't know. Someone correct me. I want to say 82, but I don't even think. I think it was before that. I know our coins were silver before, I think, 64, maybe. But, yeah, they don't make even copper pennies anymore. It's like a percentage of copper. So I think it's 82. Oh, wait, here we go. 84 and back on the penny. All right.
There you
We've got so many coin experts in here tonight.
go.
Let's see. Get you up here. Yep, all aluminum on that bed. That's cool. Clinton, where'd you get the carpet?
eBay.
eBay. All right.
Yeah, it was just an eBay carpet kit.
Did it have any extra material? Any extra material on the back toward the back wall?
They had loads of extra material
Okay.
off every side. There was at least 10 inches of material to cut off and trim, which I kind of like that they leave a bunch of extra so that you kind of trim it to fit. I mean, it would have been nice to just plop it in and have it just work, but I also have it, the carpet in more areas, like up under my firewall, than there is stock, too. So,
There you go.
yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of trimming needed.
Mushroom tip. Yeah, there's a lot of good videos of 22 RE rebuilds and full builds. I've watched quite a few. There's LCE's got them. A couple other of the big companies have them. There's this one guy. I don't know. I should look it up. I don't know it though. This guy, somewhere in the deep south. I don't know where. He's got the strong accent. And this guy is. He's got a 3-part series on reassembling a 22 RE, and his is pretty detailed as well. Just some dude in his garage, no tripod or anything. But yeah, there's a lot of guys with good videos, and I like to watch different ones to see how different people do different things. So I definitely watch one. And he does have a big old hole, he says, that surrounds the rear window. So that's on that aluminum flatbed.
There you go.
Hola, Kristen. Just got an 88 22R engine with 90 miles.
Nice.
90 or 90K?
I would assume 90K.
I mean, maybe it was just rebuilt, though. I don't know.
It could be a fresh rebuild.
22 RE, that is. So, all right, guys. We're over an hour in here. We're going to wrap it up for tonight. It's fun talking about currency with you all.
Yeah.
And some of the different things they do up there in Canada. But I'm assuming we'll still be back here next week until Clinton gets a chance to get his software and all that set up.
All sorted, yeah.
Understandably busy in the meantime rebuilding the truck. So we'll be back next week. If you guys want to send me some pics of your trucks, it's garage at sixthgearadvertising.com, and we'll take a look at those again for next week's show. And
Yeah.
save up your questions, and we'll do our best. So thanks a lot, guys. Clinton, what do you got Friday?
Back to rebuilding my truck.
Okay.
Yeah, another garage video. I'll have a wheeling video coming up next week too. But yeah,
A new wheeling video, or is this like?
it's a new wheeling video.
Okay.
I rode passenger, but
All
it's
right.
another wheeling video.
That's cool. Hey, I'm like going through a draw because I haven't seen any snow wheeling videos in like a month
Yeah.
now, so.
Corey almost rolled his truck, like really dangerously close
right.
to flopping his truck. It was a good time.
Good.
But yeah,
I've got a Land Cruiser video coming up later this week. Just a little bit of how to wiring. Nothing real high tech or complicated, but I think I'm gonna do another video, maybe 2 this week. Clinton, do you have this problem when it's really cold for a while, and you've got you don't have an insulated garage, so probably not, but you've got an insulated garage, and you pop that door open, and instantly, like within an hour, everything inside is covered in condensation. You ever have that happen?
no,
No? All right.
no.
All right. This is a problem I'm having. I'll get the video up maybe later this week, maybe this weekend. It's kind of annoying because metal things don't need any help rusting here in Ohio. So,
No.
last question, snuck one in, Hunter. Thoughts on the automatic trucks? I've owned one. I don't actually own the 81 yet, so can't say I've owned 2. But I've owned one, and it was fine. I mean, obviously, 5-speed is better. You're going to get that direct transfer of power without a torque converter in the way. What do you think, Glenn? Thoughts on automatics?
They're not good. They overheat. Okay, well, if you're planning on running bigger tires in stock, you will have tranny cooling issues, especially off-road, especially on long highway passes and stuff. I've had several times when my truck was an automatic where I'd have to pull over and let the transmission cool down because I was getting the AT transmission temperature late on my dash. Also, I've seen like Corey's truck was also an automatic from the factory. And when he put the 35s, no, there were only 33s at that point. But snow wheeling, he would be giving it gas, and it just would not move whatsoever after it got hot.
Oh, wow. So, not good.
They're not very good in these trucks, and at least the older stuff. The newer stuff, like the newer Tacomas. By newer Tacomas, I mean like first-gen Tacomas. Those autos work great. They spin. They don't really have overheating issues, and they seem to spin the tires just fine. But yeah.
All right, guys. We're going to call it a night. Thanks for watching,
Yeah.
and we'll see you next Tuesday for another episode.
Yeah. See ya.
Have a good night.